Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to this channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you know when I drop my next one. We are now in day 9 of the Tory Lanez versus California case, and the defense as well as prosecution has rested. They are going into their, final speeches before the jury gets this case. As of right now, we do not have a verdict. However, you guys know that Tory Lanez is looking at 22 years given the 3 charges that he is facing. And I am going to share my opinion as we wait for this verdict. I have several problems with this case, so we're just going to go ahead and get into this right now. First of all, I want to say that for someone looking at 22 years due to what Tory has been charged with, I am actually very concerned that Megan's medical records were not like put more in the forefront of this case. I think that if the jury has to go look at evidence and they have to try to get down to the bottom of what happened, I actually think because of the amount of he said, she said, pleading the fifth, people not showing up, which I will get into in a moment, I think that the prosecution were actually obligated to put Megan's medical records more on the forefront. I think that they should have actually had more of a foreclose determination on showing the jury this is her injuries, this is how it looked, this is what happened. There should have been more of a focus on this case. I do think that the ball was dropped as far as looking at the medical records, which actually leads me into wanting to say something else just in the matter of being fair. Were her injuries actually as bad as she said, since she did say she had to have surgery? Like I said, if I was the prosecutor in this case, I definitely would have been harping on showing at least the x-rays of what was in her feet, since she said that she got pow. I think there should have been more of a focus on that in this case. The other thing I want to get to that is actually concerning to me are the missing witnesses that we did not hear from. Now, you guys do know I made a previous video for the key witnesses that we should have been seeing this week in order to have more of a clear analogy of exactly what went on, since so many people got on a stand and did not say really what happened, instead of either leaving details out, not wanting to speak up and say things. I'm talking about Kelsey in particular. There should have been more of a focus on the missing bodyguards. The bodyguards definitely overshadowed this week. I'm talking about Meg's bodyguard, Justin, and then the bodyguard slash driver that was with Tory the night that this incident happened back in July of 2020. I believe his bodyguard's name was Quan. Okay, let's start with Meg's bodyguard. Couple reasons why I could kind of see that he didn't want to come forward. Could be because when you work in a profession like this, with this case being the type of messy that it was, behind the scenes, it could have been, in my opinion, a thing of, okay, if I come forward and I get up here and I want to talk about all this messiness that happened that night, that could actually shut him down from even getting clients in the future. However, if you're looking at this from a case criminal standpoint, he is also obligated to come forward being on a witness list for a potential crime. So I'm saying this because he literally was at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar while this case was going on, knowing that he should have been back in LA during the time. He was on social media taking pictures. And like I said, this is a complete mess. And for him to show up literally on day 8, the prosecution did not want him to go ahead and go forward. From what I heard, to be on this case at this point because the case would have been set back. Also, same thing I heard with the guy that was the driver. And like I said, this is a whole mess because so many messy things are coming out. Tory's driver, I guess, allegedly was found. He didn't get on the stand because, again, because of the time frame. I guess they want to get this wrapped up before Christmas. Now this is going to go into my next part of this complete messy trial. If Tory is actually convicted, could this actually be thrown out? Could his conviction actually be thrown out because people did not get on the stand to potentially give evidence that could have gotten him off the hook? Or could this jury be hung because they didn't get enough information, because all of these stories were pretty muddled? Now, in my own opinion, the strongest people that did show up is the neighbor. The neighbor had nothing to gain from coming forward. The neighbor, the guy that actually came outside, he heard the commotion. He was speaking on specifically what he saw. He probably was the only person that came forward that had nothing to gain, not gain out of the situation. He did not know them personally. It just so happened that the car stopped outside his house. The amount of noise woke the neighbor up. I believe his name was Sean. And he spoke on what he saw, and he had a good vantage point from where he was. He's probably the most compelling person. And sadly enough, the level of veracity that was going on outside of his house was really, really sad. Like I said, this whole thing was a mess. EJ the stylist was also, pretty reliable from the information and testimony that he had. Him saying how much they drank that night was key. To go through so many bottles, and you know that Kylie is not gonna have no dollar store liquor. She definitely has some top shelf stuff at her house. So they were just probably just loaded down about time that this incident popped off. So anyway, you guys, we're on Verdict Watch. I want to hear your opinion. I'm going to come back and make a video later this afternoon. I actually want to hear you guys' opinion on everything you heard. How do you think this case is going to swing? Do you think he's going to be convicted on all charges, one charge, two charges? Do you think this might be a hung jury? Tell me what you guys think, because like I said, I don't think that the evidence given was given in a way where we can clearly see what happened, even though I think we all have a gut feeling at this point of what happened. And God, y'all, this is a mess. Like, this is a mess. But I definitely want to know what you guys think, because like I said, one way or the other, there's going to be a lot of hurt people after this is over. And do you guys think if Tory is convicted that there was enough evidence not presented that this can actually get overturned? So, I'm waiting on this verdict, y'all. I'm waiting on this verdict. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. I definitely need to hear from y'all. like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, be safe, guys. Enjoy your day. Bye, guys.